Hello, everyone. It's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 84, as we are again slowly creeping up to 100. It's amazing that we've done 84 of these shows, and I'm just excited to be with you. And again, I apologize to everybody. This is a weird night for us, being on Friday night. Wednesday night, I was attending, actually, I had parent-teacher conferences, and also saw REO Speedwagon, which I posted in the group. So that was a lot of fun, taking my son to that. He's really into guitars and stuff right now, and music. So that was a lot of fun. And again, thanks to the gallery here tonight for joining me on a Friday night. And again, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I do want to do introductions real quick. Right over here to my right is Mr. Eric B.
Hey guys, everyone. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. We have Mr. Jeff Morris in the house. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Chris. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
Doing great. We also have from the Secret Sanctuary right here in the Marcia Brady Square, we have Mr. Jeff Delaney from Secret Sanctuary. How's it going, Jeff?
Great. Looking forward to a fun show.
Absolutely. Glad to have you here. And last but certainly not least, we have joining us, I believe, for the second time here on the show, we have Mr. Matt T in the house. How's it going, Matt?
Good. Thank you for having me on. Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Have a great Friday so far.
Of course, you've seen Matt here in the chat. Where else can people see you, Matt?
I'm just mostly on Facebook.
Mostly on Facebook. Okay. I see you here and there. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, again, we're really glad to have you here. And again, Matt's a great collector. And as you can see from behind him, he's got a lot of awesome collectibles back there. Oh, I see the Black Canary back there as well.
Yes. Yep. Batgirl's right next to her. You can't quite see it from here.
Oh, there you go. That's beautiful. Yep. Nice. That's awesome. Anyway, welcome to the show. And again, Friday night, we got 66 people tuning in already. A couple minutes in. Thanks for everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. I wanted to say hello to everybody. Our topics tonight, we're going to tackle a couple of things. We have about 200 photos to look through as well. But a couple topics I wanted to talk about were kind of some new scammer techniques that we're starting to see in the community. We'll talk briefly about that. I also wanted to update everybody. I did a video this last week on Pirate Ship, which is a shipping company or third-party shipping service that I've used recently. And after I did the video, some people did chime in that there have been some issues with controversy with that particular site. So I did want to talk about that as well with the chat and with the gallery tonight. So anyway, I do want to say hello to everybody real quick, and then we'll get started. Lane Kramer's here, starting to wonder if they're going to carry the Punchline statue at Sideshow. Lane, it could be tomorrow. No, it won't be tomorrow because it's Saturday, but it could be like Monday, or it could be next December. You just never know. There is no rhyme and reason. Ashley is here. She is stuck at work. She wanted to be here with you guys tonight as well. But anyway, Ashley, hope you're doing well. Got Ro Moreno is here. It's today Wednesday. Well, it's kind of Wednesday, but I'm really glad it's the weekend and not Wednesday. Let's see. We got Josh Duckwall is here, a Brotherhood member. Thank you. Let's see. We've got Ezra in the house. I was having a great night until I got a disturbing call a couple minutes ago. Well, I hope that's not good. Hopefully you're all right. Let's see. We've also got Warren Dante in the house. Hello to Warren. We've got Vane21. Nick Aveda's collection, another Brotherhood member. He said, Buenas noches a todos, lista para hoy. How's it going? Hope you're doing great out there, Nick Aveda. We got Mike Helms in the house. We've got Blaine Day. Ben Hizzle, hello to you. Mike Stainbrook, Brotherhood member. Thank you very much, Mike. Doing great. We got Late Night Trip. Rick Cruz, Captain Trenchcoat, another member. Thank you very much. Kristen Logan is here, another member. Thank you very much. KS. Got Ryan in the house. Friday chat. What could be better? That's right. It's nice to do some different nights every once in a while. Let's see. Daniel is here. We've got Larissa. Hello to you. I can't remember that name, so that might be a new name to the group. Thank you very much. Odin is here. Speedwagon. Man, I tell you, the lead singer is 70 years old. And he sounded phenomenal. Like, so many singers, like I think of like, I love Motley Crue, like to see them now, like he can't sing a lick. And it's like to see a guy in his 70s still singing like that. It was pretty awesome. Let's see, the Gotham's Gallery. Matt's in there. It truly is a Rogues Gallery. There you go. Batman Tube. We got Julia Rose, Iron Sharif. I think that's how you say that name. We've got Den in the house, another member. Thank you very much. Ben Workman. We've got live from feudal Japan. Wow, you traveled back in time. I like it. Representing the samurai line tonight. I love that it's Friday night and I'm not at work. That's awesome. Midnight Dip is here. Hello. Still trying to get Sideshow to make a 1/4 Batman Rogues. Yeah, we're trying, Mike. We're hoping. Matthew is here. Congratulations on Punchline. That's awesome. Chris Reynolds, Johnny, Borg Cube 1 of 2. Sorry. Bat Beast. What's up, Bat fam? I'm getting my first Spider-Man premium format in the collection, about to be delivered today. That's great. Romaine is here. Is Sideshow going to make more Batman animated series statues? What do you guys think?
It's been a while since they have announced or even touched that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Matt has one in the right next to him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got the great Batman one. I honestly don't see it happening. I think they did the Batman and Harley and Joker, and I think that's going to be it. That's going to be it.
And then they did Superman and Wonder Woman, which was like the Trinity.
Oh, that's right. They did do those two. See, I think that they put their own Sideshow spin on it a little bit. And so I think that if they would have done like true to the actual art, 100%, I think it might have sold better. Because I did hear that a lot in the community at the time. Matt, you obviously have one. Was that what you have rather have preferred, or did you like what they did with this line?
It didn't bother me at all. The things they changed on it. The only thing I would say is the logo on Batman, not staying true to that. I still like what I got, so
yeah,
it doesn't ruin the piece for me. I would have
a great piece. It's a big piece too.
Yeah.
Saying hello to some more folks. If I missed your name, I apologize. Anne Marie, Mark, Kickback. When y'all check out that XM Super Scroll, compare the head sculpts to the XM Thanos. Yeah, I definitely have pictures of that. Chris, you look too young to like Ario. I like 70s and 80s rock. I'm a hair metal guy, so that's what I like. AC/DC is my favorite band. One Face Box, greetings everyone. We've got Rich. Let's see. I think we're getting caught up here. Kevin. And let's see. Are you getting the Queen Studios Batman? Which one are you talking about? Elementary? I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
At the Dale?
Oh, there. It didn't have the whole thing. Batman Who Laughs on Throne or the companion Batman on Throne. I'm not planning on either of those. I think if I was going to get a Batman on Throne, it would probably be the Prime 1 3rd scale or maybe I think that was actually a quarter scale. Wasn't that a quarter scale they teased with the Alfred? Do you guys remember that? It was based on the Del Auto art.
Yeah, it's quarter scale.
Yeah.
I think I would be more likely to get that one, as I did like it a lot. Matthew, we're definitely going to talk about that Weta Nightmare Batfleck. That's first up in our photos. An incredible piece. Really cool. All right. So again, if I missed you, I do apologize. And again, just welcome to the show, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Friday night. Again, thanks for joining us on a weekend. Thank you very much. What's going on with you guys? Anything new and exciting going on? Is there any new pieces coming into your collections here soon?
Not for me. Just another week and waiting on new releases to come out.
Did you ever decide one way or the other? I know you've been kind of swaying back and forth on some samurai stuff. Where'd you land?
Taking it easy for now because Delaney actually brought up a good point. It's a tough time to be a collector with these prices right now. So
yeah,
it's if I did do something, it would be to change my entire collection, and that's pricey these days. So
It is. And again, that's partially my fault for probably driving up some of the prices we've talked about with the videos because now they're a little bit more in demand, which is, I know, fun and frustrating at the same time. But anyway, so we'll keep an eye out and see what Eric does because I have a feeling there'll be. I think there'll still be a few changes over the next year.
Yeah, I mean, there's always room for more, but I don't know, just playing it safe for now.
Yeah, that's all right.
No regrets.
Yeah, Jeff Morris, anything coming in your collection anytime soon?
Nothing scheduled.
You have anything on pre-order?
Nope, not anymore.
Nope. So you canceled the Joker
I did, and the bust.
and the bust. And what?
I got a complete refund on all of it.
That's fantastic. You ordered directly from Prime?
I did, and the Joker was from Sideshow.
Nice. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear you got it all back.
Yeah, Prime 1 didn't ask. Sideshow asked, and I was just honest with them. I said, I just don't think I'm going to like it.
That's cool. Well, and I'm going to call that the Chester effect.
So apparently you just call and be nice.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I could just get it and you could ship it to me and I open it up and turn around and ship it back.
That's
But
true.
I feel pretty
That costs
sure.
them money.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it absolutely does. I mentioned Chester. Chester's a great member of our Facebook group, and he is constantly returning things or changing his mind about things, which is we can all do, but he's always able to get his refund back or his deposit back. So again, I'm going to call that the Chester effect from now on because that's just freaking awesome. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to Batman Tube. Thank you very much. That's awesome. You just became a YouTube member tonight. Thank you for joining in the Brotherhood. Again, whenever you join, that does help the channel, and we just put the, all of that back in the channel. So thank you guys very much for supporting us that way. And Batman Tube, thanks for being a member. That's awesome. Mike says there's a Batman Shugo on something for $3,000. Still debating on that piece. I've got a potential seller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just don't know.
I thought you got that one. Isn't that the one on the light?
Oh,
The bat signal?
That's Shugo. I think
Yeah,
she's probably saying Shogun.
Summarize.
yeah.
Maybe you did mean Shogun.
Yeah, Mike, I think you're thinking Shogun, right?
That's the
Sorry.
horse one.
He said $3,000, so I just assumed it was Shogun.
Yeah.
Shogun goes for about that, not sometimes a little less. But I've got Shugo back there. He's hanging out back there with Harley for now until I figure out what I'm going to do. So let's see. I'll put it over on Matt. Matt, do you have anything coming in?
I'm still waiting on the Prime 1 Comics Harley to arrive.
No kidding.
Eventually,
So, what did you order the deluxe?
I did. I ordered directly through Prime 1.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And you still don't have it?
It shipped end of November. I thought it was going to come out with Sideshow got their shipment in. I was wrong about that.
Did they give you any sort of tracking?
No, but over the summer, I got the Supergirl in from them direct, and I never got tracking. She just showed up at my door one day.
Oh, wow.
That's happened to me more than once with Prime 1.
It worries me that it's been since late November.
Yeah.
November to December to
But
January.
you did economy, right?
Yes.
Now 3 months. Yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
I think you'll be okay.
Yep.
It's tough. It's random. My Supergirl came within 2 months over the shipping crisis time, especially. So I was pretty pleased, but I've also had them take longer.
Right.
Keep waiting.
I did not actually. I ordered the regular from Sideshow first, and then I got on the wait list for the deluxe. And then after a couple months or whatever, it converted, and so Sideshow canceled my regular one. And I know that some people that was on a wait list, just like Mr. X already reviewed his, and he got one, but obviously they're in batches from Sideshow. But I'm kind of wondering if whenever you get yours in on that 3-month boat, that's whenever I will get mine.
Similar, sure.
Yeah. So we'll see, or it might be another 2 years. I mean, we've already waited 3.5 years. What's another couple months, right?
As long as it comes in not damaged.
Yeah, no doubt.
Take as long as it needs.
That's right. All right. Last but not least, Jeff, anything coming in your neck of the woods?
I'm still waiting for Captain Spock. It still shows as a February shipping. So we'll see if it ships in the next 10 days. I don't know if it will or not.
I was going to say, we'll see. If even my Harley says ships in January. Well, January's over.
Yeah, mine said January, February. And as soon as we got to February, it clicked over to just February. So I'm hoping it shows up. But then I'm waiting for some of the multiple Queen Studios pieces I have on order to start rolling in.
That's awesome. Well, it's exciting. If you are in the chat and want to show what you're getting in soon, please let us know. We'll like to highlight some of those as we get going. But anyway, let's go into our first topic for tonight. And that is going to be topic number 1, dealing with new scammer tactics. So, Eric and I were talking before the show is, we kind of like debate whether to talk about some of this stuff, because as soon as we talk about it, sometimes people figure out other ways to scam people. So the big advice that we had, I think over the last year would be, or even like prior to this year, you would say whenever you're going to buy something, ask for references, become members of the Facebook groups. We have Secret Sanctuary on Facebook. We have the Batman Statue Collector Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. There's a lot of great positive groups out there with a lot of good people. However, as much as we try, there's always going to be some fake people in the group. There's always going to be some people that are trying to scam someone. And so, we recommended that you ask for references. And people are usually really quick to jump in and say, hey, trusted seller, buy with confidence, that sort of thing. Then at the same time, get to know other people in the community. That helps as well. And then we started saying things like, okay, like recently I bought the samurai pieces. And so they said what they had. I'm pretty cautious. I'm a little bit nervous as a buyer. You just don't know who you can trust these days. And I asked, could you put my name and today's date and hold it up in front of the statues? And they said, sure, no problem. And so that's exactly what they did. This seller was incredible. They took videos of them packing it up. They took videos of if there were any issues. They took videos of the boxes. Just to make me feel comfortable as a buyer. Well, now people are starting to take advantage of that. I wanted to give an example of something that happened to a group member recently. So if you are familiar with George Raw has Raw statue reviews. And he does video reviews. He's done video reviews for our channel early on. And he's got a bunch of samurai pieces. Well, this is what popped up in one of the groups this week. Let me get rid of that banner. So the person selling this, this photo is badly photoshopped. They put, text over a piece of paper that was somebody else's, whether this was George's or another collector's, and made a fake name, spelled samurai wrong, and put today's date. So everything that we've been recommending here on this channel is exactly what they're doing here, but they're not truthful. They're not really theirs. And so that is becoming a problem. Eric, you were talking a little bit about some other tactics that people have been doing lately. What else are you hearing about or seeing?
Yeah, so it seems to be, scammers are always around, but the last few weeks it seems to be increasing. And like you said, Chris, it feels like they're using our past tactics of what not to do or what to do and learning from it and changing their ways. So in the past, they would steal, pictures either online or from the groups and from other collectors and say, this is my statue, and they would try to sell it. And they didn't have the statue and you would get scammed, or, we would recognize the photos. We would be like, no, I recognize that photo. That's not your photo. That belongs to Chris's collection. It's a tight community. We all know each other's pictures. They circulate around and we know photo from photo and who they belong to for the most part. So we came up with the idea, hey, take a piece of paper, write your name on it and put it next to the statue. This way I know it's your statue. They tried to get around that. They would try to Photoshop a piece of paper next to the statue, and it didn't look right. It's pretty hard to actually Photoshop a piece of paper next to a statue. The lighting doesn't look right. It's a thin piece of paper. So what they're now doing is they're actually reaching out to other sellers. So for example, Chris, say if I'm the scammer and you're a seller selling maybe Joker Samurai. So I'm a scammer and I reach out to you, Chris, and I say, hey, Chris, I'm interested in buying your Joker Samurai piece. Do me a favor, send me a picture of your statue with your name on a piece of paper, or better yet, maybe send me a video, a little tour of the statue so I can see what it looks like. And you say, yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, I'll send you that. So now you just sent me a picture of the statue with a piece of paper, and now at least I have that. So what they're doing is they're just changing the name off the paper, which is a lot easier to do than trying to Photoshop an entire piece of paper. This is a bad example because the paper looks terrible also. There's a whole bunch of cases.
It still shows that that's what they're doing.
There's a whole bunch of cases. There's another one. So there was one example a few weeks ago, or it might have been this week. I think it's actually the same guy. He just keeps changing his name. And he did that. He took somebody, he contacted a seller. He said, send me a picture of, the statue, the paper, blah, 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 and send it to me. So he did that. He changed the name. Again, I hate to teach these guys what they're doing wrong, but here's what he did wrong. The lighting from the picture was coming from the top left corner and casting a shadow to the right. So everything in the picture had a shadow to the right. The statue, the paper, whatever was on the desk had a shadow to the right. The guy's name, he put a drop shadow on it, and it was casting a shadow to the upper left. I mean, it looked pretty good, but clearly his shadow was off, and it was a instant red flag. So basically what they're doing is going from, they used to steal pictures we would recognize off the internet or from the groups, like I said, we all know each other. We know each other's collections, and they're no longer doing that. They're contacting people, other sellers, and asking for private pictures that we're not used to seeing, pictures that aren't circulating around the communities that we're used to seeing. They're taking video that we're not used to seeing, and they're passing it off as their own when people contacting them and saying it's theirs. So it's getting a little bit more sneakier. They're even to the point where they'll take that photo that we're not used to seeing, and it might be somebody's collection that we recognize. Chris, you have a recognizable collection, and they'll just crop it to the point where you only see part of the statue. You might just see the head and the shoulder and the body. You don't see anything in the background. They're doing that because they don't want you to see the background to where you might recognize the person's collection. So they're doing whatever they can to get past people. They're getting to the point where they're contacting people asking for pictures instead of stealing them. That's where we're at right now.
It's just crazy, the lengths that people will go. And, I know that sometimes times are tough. And so, people feel like they need to do things like that. We were talking again before the show, and, Ro Moreno, I want to highlight his comment again. He says, would be almost better to video call the seller to see the statue live. And that's kind of what I was going to recommend, where we used to say, hey, hold a piece of paper in front of, the statue with your name. It needs to be more complicated than that. It needs to be thorough. And if somebody's not willing to do that, to sell it, then I wouldn't buy it. And so what I recommend at this point is, you say, hey, I want you to film yourself in front of the statue, say today's date and your name, and, have video proof that it's yours and it's not, somebody else's collection. And whenever you ask somebody that and they suddenly don't respond back, guess what? You just caught a scammer.
Yeah.
And I had somebody recently that I was dealing with, and I knew right away because just the way they were acting, the way they weren't not responding, you can kind of start to feel that, and the big problem with like Facebook, it's like I recommend all the time people go to the buy sell trade groups because eBay's ridiculous. Everybody has to jack up their prices because eBay charges so much. Or if you have like a great website, like Jeff, plug your website.
www.detective27.com.
So, Jeff lists all of his statues and books and stuff on his website. That's great. You can also trust Jeff, so he's a great person in the community. But if you didn't know Jeff and, you come across him randomly on Facebook, you're not going to know if he's a good person or not. You're not even going to know if that's his real name. And so that's the problem is anybody can join a group, create a fake name, create a fake profile. I get 500 friend requests a day, and I bet half of them are fake.
And you got to be careful with that too.
You do have
to be careful because then it looks like you're a friend of that person, because that's the other thing that's going on. So forget the whole paper thing, forget the whole video thing. We're telling people ask for references. That's also happening. I believe it's the same guy. He's probably, he follows the groups very closely because he knows everything. He's I mean, anybody could do it. You create 5, 10, whatever, how many Facebook accounts you want to create. And then when you go, you say, hey, I need references. You use your 4 or 5 fake accounts and say, hey, this guy's great. This guy's great. This guy's great. I've dealt with them. Meanwhile, it's all fake accounts. So, and then Chris, you might show up on his account too as a friend. So, hey, Chris is a friend with them.
Sure.
You don't know.
And that's the thing is, like, I see all the time, like, whenever you go to the Facebook, it says how many mutual people you have,
Yeah.
And again, being on YouTube and, I get a ton of friend requests, but again, half of them seem fake. And like, I go in and look at their profile and they have one picture, since like, 2005 or something like that, with no interaction or no, I mean, it's like, it's just so much fake everything, I think, out there. And again, it's just a lot of people scamming. I did want to highlight Batman Tube. There's some debate whether Batman Tube is actually somebody we know. So we'll have to see if that is true. Is this Brad? It might be Brad. He's making some sort of big announcement here soon. This might be it. Anyway, he says, I still don't know if Jeff is Jeff's real name. He screams Andrew. So
I'm not going to tell.
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess we'll never know, right?
Yeah. Just don't call me Andy.
Yeah. So again, I think that for me personally, from here on out, I'm always going to ask for a video or like a live, like Ro said, a live conference call or something. Although I like the recorded video. That way you can document it. Because if you do something live, unless you screen record, you want proof. You want proof for yourself. Well, also, if you do get scammed, it's good to call people out, to show, hey, this is a scammer. We try to block those people.
That's if the person is on the actual video, like you said, because like we were talking about before the show with Matt, you can do a voiceover. So like I said, the scammers are reaching out to sellers. They're asking for photos. They're asking for video. So now, Chris, if I ask you for a video of your Joker and I want to go scam and say, I have that Joker, and you send me a private video of it, I could do a voiceover on top of it and be like, hey, this guy, I'm selling it to this guy. It's my statue. Today's February 18th or whatever today's date is. And now it looks like I have the statue.
Yep. That's
so
right.
You gotta, I mean, if you're going to go that far, the person might have to appear on camera.
I personally think that's what I'm going to request. I'm going to request that they personally appear on camera talking about the statue, showing it, talking to, and mention the date.
Yeah.
I think that's peace of mind. I mean, you can't, like I said, unless it eventually becomes some sort of deep fake, something or other. And hopefully we don't get to that point, but I think that's what people should do. A lot of people are saying they just buy from the store no matter what it is. The problem is that there's a lot of great pieces, and there's a lot of, all these pieces, I think from time to time need a second home or a third home, just let other people enjoy the art.
Sure.
And that's like, I'm happy to, like, again, my entire Samurai line they're all used. I mean, they're all secondhand.
Yeah. Or just buy from who you recognize. I mean, like I said, it's not just our group, every group, it's a tight community. We see each other posting each day. We know who each other are. Buy from those people that you know who they are.
Yep.
That's right. Any other advice from the Jeffs or Matt for things that you recommend or things that you've been successful with whenever you've dealt with sellers or buyers?
I've only sold one statue ever, and I've only bought one. And the one I bought was from Jeff. So
It's fake Jeff. He's
pretty confident there. But I like what the comment Oscar just said a little while up in the chat about if somebody's not willing to go on a live video with you and they're looking to sell a statue, I don't really trust it right from there. If somebody has something to hide, they're gonna try.
That's the thing.
Well, that's another tactic. I hate to teach the scammers, but they include in their description willing to meet up locally. It makes them sound better. They're not obviously willing to meet up locally. People have tried to meet up locally and they don't answer the messages or they turn them down. So they're trying everything out there. You gotta be careful.
So again, like I mentioned to Eric before the show, it's like, people just have to continue to be smarter, with what they're doing. When you're dealing with, whether it's a hot toy, whether it's an Iron Studios piece, all the way up to, a $4,000 life-size bust or something, you have to be smart. These are very expensive things. They're breakable. They're hassle to begin with. And so if you're going to go through all the hassle of buying and selling, you just have to be smart, and we have to continue to be smarter than the scammers around us. And I feel like, again, Eric and I were talking before the show about, is it a good idea to talk about this? Is it a good idea to bring it to the forefront where people might get ideas? But at the same time, if we don't, then people are going to continue to scam. People are going to continue to fall for it. And I don't want to see that happen in the community. I want people to feel comfortable buying. Again, we have a phenomenal community, and most of us out there are decent, honest people. There are always going to be people that are not, though. And so they're going to ruin it for a lot of us. And so I think we have to continue to call them out and let them know that we're just going to continue to be smarter and recommend people to be smarter, with what they're doing. And again, I feel like the video thing is your best bet right now. And like everybody said, if they are not willing to do it, sorry, move on.
Sometimes in the comics world, buyers and sellers use an intermediary. So if I don't know the person buying from me, but we have someone that we both know, I'll send the comic book to the intermediary. The person sends payment to the intermediary. When that comic arrives, he checks to make sure it's as described. He says yes, and then he sends the payment to me, and he sends the book to the buyer, and everybody's happy and can trust that they're getting what they're looking for.
I almost wish that we could start, again, I'm just thinking out loud, but start like a private buy-sell trade group where everybody's been verified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's
know.
not, I mean, that's hard because there is so much stuff comes to the buy-sell trade group every day.
Yeah.
And, I don't know who else is moderating or looking at it, but I try to look at, if it's a name that doesn't seem familiar, to click on their profile and, does this even look like a real person? Or if it's something that's too good to be true.
Yep.
Or if the picture looks vaguely familiar.
Yeah. And not to stereotype the international sellers as scammers, but a lot of them use fake addresses in the US. I mean, even on eBay, you can create fake stealth accounts on eBay, and people scam on eBay all day with stealth accounts. So
Yep.
It's always out there.
The branch says, one of the solutions to fake pics and videos be to switching to streaming. Just ask the seller to do a Google Meet and do a video call. And again, that's an option. And again, if you can record the call, I would do that, just because, again, just peace of mind. And if they, send you a weighted brick or something, it's like, it's like you have this proof that this person on this date said they were going to do whatever, and I just think it's a good idea. I don't know. Anything else you guys want to say about it before we move on, or do you feel like we've exhausted it?
Yeah, I think we taught them enough for next time.
Yeah, that's right. So again, we just have to continue to stay ahead of it. And
luckily, they're not that great at Photoshop, and we're still catching it for the most part.
Yeah,
but there are people that are getting fooled by it every day. So
I think that, again, just the biggest thing is, if somebody won't do something you request, maybe move on.
There are enough known people in the hobby trying to sell statues. Maybe just don't buy from an unknown person.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, buy from people, especially if you've had a good experience with somebody. I highly recommend you post it. Like, say, like, hey, I just bought a great Batman statue from Jeff Delaney. I just want to give him props, and I do see a lot of that. I'm sure you guys do too, where, somebody will name drop. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that could be faked as well. I don't know. But
on the CGC message boards, there is a prop thread where every seller has their own thread. So it's a whole section on that website. And you can go there and see how many people have given props to each seller.
That's awesome. Captain Trenchcoat asks, is there a way to record the good references in the group, make it a sticky or something? We could probably do a pinned post thread, which is probably not a bad idea.
It's kind of like what Jeff just said with the CGC board. So you have your own. I mean, we can't create threads, but each seller has their own thread with their own feedback. It's kind of like eBay, feedback type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. I just feel like we need to come up with some sort of like database, like website or something where people could
Don't
go.
you have a website? Maybe we can add it to your website.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, mine is not currently up because I haven't been able to make my announcement yet, but hopefully I will be able to soon. But I don't know. Maybe we'll try to figure out something where we can just create a database like that where people can give feedback or something. That would be neat. Is counterfeit statues a common and legitimate danger when purchasing a statue? Yes. There are a lot of fakes. Whenever I was looking for samurai pieces, I did go to eBay just to look, and there were so many fakes. Like it's just ridiculous how many there are. And you can tell by the price point, you can tell by the way they look, although some of them are very, very good, or the scammer sites just used production photos from the companies. And then, they send you a recast. So there are counterfeit and recasts out there, and people will try to sell them. So again, the more photos you can get, or the more video, like if you can get a video, it's good quality with the person in it. And again, just knowing people in the community, I think that helps too. Like being part of the group. If you're an outsider and, I would find it really difficult to be an outsider and trust anybody. Like I have enough trouble now. But again, I have confidence. The people that I've bought from, I have known in the community. So.
And what's interesting about that is we always complain how much we hate the boxes, but it really sometimes comes down to the box, because the statues are easy to fake. Most of these fakes, they don't come with the original box unless somebody's doing like a switcheroo and they put the fake statue inside a real box that they had. So always look out see if it has an art box with it, and match up the numbers on the base to the box. And
yeah, good idea. We need to have a banner or an icon next to an account in the group to know if somebody was a legit seller. That'd actually be really neat if we could do some sort of, they always have like the little icons for like, new poster or, super rising star or whatever. That'd be neat if we could do a custom one.
If we were in the forums, we could do that.
Ezra says, are there any of these bogus sellers getting charged for anything? I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not.
I doubt it. Could you explain how to work out PayPal fees as seller of a statue, not directly through eBay? Well, there's two ways to buy from PayPal. If that's what you're asking, so if you buy goods and services, and a lot of people ask for goods and services, I do that a lot whenever we have our show. And I feel like I can do that because I have a reputation in the community. I know all of us in this group does. But if you don't know the person, I would always recommend you do goods and services and pay, 4%?
Around there.
Around there. Pay the 4% fee. That way you're covered, at least allegedly covered. I don't know. Any other advice on that on PayPal?
Yeah, so they're two complete separate entities. They're actually not even connected anymore. So back in the day when they were connected, eBay would charge you 10% or something like that, and then PayPal would charge you 4%. So if you're using just PayPal alone, it's about 4% of the sale. So just Google 4% of the sale price, whatever price you work out, and add that on to the price that you're negotiating.
Let's see. A lot of people are saying don't pay friends and family. Pay the fee. Also do a credit card with goods and services too. Extra protection with credit card.
That's true.
That's good advice. Let's see. Yeah, 3.49% PayPal goods and services fees with 180 days of protection. eBay is only connected to PayPal with shipping as of 2022. Yeah, they basically separated, right? Cash, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman Tube. See, this has got to be Brad. I never give any money to friends and family. That's awesome.
Well, he's in the picture, so I don't
that is him. I
know people joking around. He's in the thumbnail.
No, I see him now. I didn't even see him. That's fantastic. All right, welcome, Brad. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up with the community and just to, again, kind of make everybody aware of what's going on out there. Again, like Eric said, it's been kind of an uptick here in the last month, couple weeks. So anyway, just be aware and be cautious of what's going on. All right, let's move on to topic number 2. So earlier this week, I think it was this week, all the days run together on the channel. But anyway, topic 2 is pirate ship complications. So I did a video about the website Pirate Ship. So I had not heard about it. A lot of people, after I did my video, said I've been using it for over a year. And I just heard about it over the last couple of weeks. And basically what it is, again, is it is a website. It's a third-party website that allows you to get discounted, 40% off of, quoted prices. I sell a lot as my collection comes in and out, and shipping prices have been insane. I mentioned it in the video that, I'm needing to send a couple boxes back to Singapore for XM, and I was quoted each box was $2,000. And so they're like, I still have those boxes. I haven't shipped them yet because they're not going to pay $4,000 to ship back a statue. And again, it was an early prototype, had some damage. So anyway, I found this pirate ship and I started shipping some things last week. And again, the prices were phenomenal. But then people started chiming in, a couple different groups and stuff that people had posted that the issue is so there's an option to pay for insurance. And that's what I did. I paid for the insurance. It's through another third-party insurer. But from what other people were saying is if you have breakage, then it's basically pirate ship statue, because it's under their account where you are buying it from, buying the shipping from. So the statue would be shipped back to them, or the claim could be done back by them. Now, I've not ever dealt with that personally, but do you guys see that as being a major issue of using a website like that? I've heard a ton of people say that they've used it for a year. They've had no problems, really great experiences. But I was curious as to what you guys thought. Would you guys use a service like that? Would you take the risk? Because even dealing directly with UPS and USPS, I've filed claims and I never get my money back because of all the hoops and the things you have to jump through. And even when I've provided all that stuff before, specifically to UPS, I did all the photos, the buyer did photos. We showed photos and videos of the packaging, me packing it up we provided, and they still denied the claim. And, it was, $1,000 statue. So even going directly through these companies, you're still not going to get your money back necessarily. So how do you guys feel about like a pirate ship, or there's a couple other ones out there, but I'm curious as to what you guys think.
Well, to be honest, I'm kind of already taking that risk because I ship where I work because they've got a great corporate discount. But if I filed a claim, I'm using their account number. So the money would go back to them as a credit. It wouldn't come to me. So I'm already taking a risk every time I ship from work, but it's a great price, and that's why I do it.
Yeah. Personally, I never add the insurance. I don't declare the value because the higher value you declare, the more the shipping costs, which is what I asked you, Chris. I wonder if Pirate Ship is actually calculating on their website the actual cost of the value of the statue. I take it to where if something happens to the statue, I'm a stand-up person, and if your $800 statue breaks, I will pay you back, I guess, the $800.
Yep.
Just because I hear of the stories, you don't really get the money back from UPS, you don't get the money back from the post office. It's a whole process, and it's not in your favor. So why spend the extra money on shipping and insurance? I probably surpassed that anyway in what I saved by not insuring it for more money. So, So as far as for Pirate Ship, I'm still hesitant with them, but if that's the only negative, that they don't cover insurance claims, I'm tempted to use them just to save on the shipping costs. Because like I said, I think over time, the money you're saving on shipping, if something does happen in the future, it might negate itself in the long run. That's if you don't ship a lot of things. I'm talking about like shipping like 1 or 2 statues a year or whatever it is.
Yeah, and some people said, well, they ship hot toys with Pirate Ship or things like. If it was like a smaller package, like I definitely would not hesitate because, what's the likelihood of a hot toys figure getting broken? and maybe that happens from time to time. I think with statues, you're at more of a risk. But even like I think of like knowing which company you're shipping. Like again, I've been shipping XM lately, and I've never seen packaging so well done in my life. So like the way it's designed with the straps and the I haven't had anything broken. Period. And again, these are secondhand. And so I wouldn't hesitate using Pirate Ship for XM. There might be maybe some companies that I don't feel like it maybe is as good with their packaging, and maybe I wouldn't want to take the risk. But I had never heard of that, of not declaring the value. And I didn't realize that makes the price go up. I've never done that.
Yeah, the more value declare, it's true for UPS. So the more you put that the package is worth, the more the shipping price goes up on it. I mean, your package can go from like $40 to like $80 or $90 if you go from saying it's $100 package or a $900 package.
So if you were, let's use your $800 example. Let's say you sell an $800 statue, but you're the type of person that can't really afford just to refund that. You don't have the extra cash laying around to do that, even though it's the right thing to do. Would you recommend that people go through a direct service in something like that? Or do you still feel like they're still not going to get their money back no matter what?
I don't know. I've never had to file a claim. But I just hear the stories of how hard it is to get your money back through a claim. So
UPS is like trying to jump through 3 rings of fire backwards. It's UPS. I would advise you not to even bother the insurance because you're just pissing in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody had any luck using FedEx? I did hear that brought up that FedEx might be the better option.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to bring up the person. So supposedly, have any of you guys had to file claims? Because I'm just speaking of what I hear. So if you guys know, okay.
UPS.
So you tell me if I'm right. So what I hear from UPS is if you file a claim, they come actually to your house and take the broken, whatever it is, statue in this instance and inspect it. With FedEx, they don't do that. They just ask that you take a picture and send it to them, and then they approve it. Is that correct? Or
Yeah. I had
Okay.
somebody file a claim on something that I want money back on something that I should. Actually, it was my Thanos, my big Avengers set. They claimed that it got broken and sent picture. And I went to the UPS store where I shipped it and bought the insurance. And they were going to have to go to this guy's house and inspect it. And this guy never arranged for them to come. And I went, this went back and forth for months. He wanted money, and I didn't send him any money. It just felt off.
Yeah.
And the damage was minimal. It was like on the base, and
did he want a full refund, or like would he have?
he wanted the full refund on that statue.
I mean,
he wanted all that money back.
I
said, you want the money back? I can't give you the money back till I get it from them because, insuring those 7 pieces or shipping them with insurance on them was almost $800. And I told him, I said, they have to come. Well, I'm busy and I'm working. And I'm like, if you want this back, you're going to have to set up a time with them because, they're telling me that the claims person has said that they have called them like 10 or 15 times trying to set up a time, and they've actually gone a time or two and nobody's there.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, it just doesn't. Something, if it's really damaged, I don't understand why you or someone can't be there to let them see it.
Yep. I've had very similar experiences with almost the exact same thing. And it's very frustrating because, again, if you do everything on your end that you're supposed to do and you have to rely on somebody else, it's just, it's a crappy situation. And again, I've never shipped with FedEx. Have any of you ever shipped with FedEx?
I mean, I try not though, but it comes down to so FedEx is usually more money than UPS. So is it worth it to pay more money, every time you have to ship a statue? And I mean, how often do you have broken statues? If you have them that often, then you probably shouldn't be shipping with them to begin with. But I would probably still go through UPS and like I said, you're saving money because it's cheaper, and you're saving money not having to pay the extra money for the value and the insurance on them. So I think it's in the long run, it's worth it.
And see, that's where I would go through pirate ship then.
Yeah, or now using pirate ship. I mean, I think you'll bank enough money that if something does happen, it might equal out. So
yeah, I mean, if I can get 30 to 40% off of a UPS price, and I'm still going through UPS. It's like UPS ground. Yeah.
So say you save 40% per statue that you would normally ship. You ship about 8 statues, and say you bankroll, you save almost $700, $800. There's your money if something ever goes wrong on one statue in the future. So,
yeah, I mean, and it's saving the buyer money. I mean, you're not having to charge them as much.
Yeah, might go through with the sale quicker.
they're the ones paying for it.
I mean, it's
Jeff,
a gamble.
Jeff, you send a lot of CGCs.
Mm-hmm.
Would you send a CGC, let's say, through a pirate ship or something like that? I guess you mentioned your own business. We send it through the business, but would you do that?
I've always done CGCs through the post office and occasionally through FedEx. I've never shipped a CGC through UPS. I don't know why.
Well, you do priority, right? The priority boxes.
Yeah, I use priority mail and sometimes global priority. And I have shipped some very expensive comics, and I've never had a problem.
Yeah.
I guess I'm lucky. Well, there was one time I shipped about $8,000 worth of comics to an auction house, and the post office delivered it to a furniture store down the street from the auction house.
Oh.
So it took about 3 days to figure that out. 3 very agonizing days, but we finally figured out what happened.
You got to bomb proof the package. I did that video for Chris, but I'm not even joking. So when it comes to comics, if something was worth like thousands of dollars, I actually create a crate within the shipper box. I will go to Home Depot, get pieces of wood and create like a wooden box, and then put the bubble wrapped or padded comic book there. Basically, they can step on the package. They're not going to put their foot through it. I mean, they would have to drive a forklift through the package to damage it if I'm shipping something that expensive.
I just create a giant pillow of bubble wrap around it.
I go with the coffin method.
I was going to say, if you've never seen that video, you guys have to check that out because it's crazy.
Well, that's just the bubble wrap. I'm talking when I go more expensive, like Jeff said, like a high end book, like 5,000. I would box it and then put it inside the flat rate box.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Edwin Diaz is asking about DHL. That's another. I just have never used them. I don't even know if we have a DHL place in our hometown.
I've never used them either.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, Edwin says that Eric backs his D-Labs like baby Pampers. It's so funny the way I love it, but it works. It absolutely works.
And they float in water, so if there's ever a cargo ship tips over like they have been recently, your package will be floating.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I bring up a tangential issue?
Say that again.
Can I bring up a kind of a similar issue?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of buyers are frustrated if international buyers, if they ask you to list the item as a gift or to list the value as 0, so they don't have to pay extra fees.
Yeah, all the import.
The problem is if I walk into the post office with a $2,000 comic book and I insure it for $2,000, but I declare the value as 0, the person behind the counter looks at me like, really? You can't do that. So I always tell the buyer, I can declare it as 0, but then I can't insure it, and I leave it up to them.
That's good advice. Good, it's I don't know. I struggle with international. We had a statue break in shipping. It was not either one of our faults. It went to Canada, but it was just a giant hassle, and we didn't get the money back. Like, again, it was through UPS, and it was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
With the claims forms and everything else. And I wish it was simpler. I wish but I just have not had a good experience at all doing international, and it's so expensive.
I haven't done it for statues. I've only done it for comics.
So that probably helps.
Yeah.
But these boxes, especially the boxes I deal with, are just massive. But I don't know. It's just a big deal. But anyway, I did want to bring this up again about, using a third party, because some people in the community did bring that up on YouTube and also in Facebook. And I hadn't even thought of that. I hadn't even, whenever I clicked it and paid for that extra, whatever, $8 or $10 of insurance or whatever it was, I thought I was good to go. I thought it was the insurance through that company. But then after looking at it again, it is insurance through a third party.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, whoever you buy from, if it's a third party, they are the one that owns that account, and they will get the money back.
I mean, I think it's worth rolling the dice to save the money. But the only thing I don't like, and I don't know if it's true or not, is if something goes wrong with the package, they said it goes back to pirate ship and not to the original shipper. So I don't like.
That I don't like, and I've not confirmed if that's true.
Me either. So I don't know.
It seems like it would be, because they would be their account. But
all right, so you've used them before. So when you create the label, is your name not on the return address?
It is. It was a UPS ground label. It's the exact same label. It's a UPS label. Yeah. So that's why I do wonder, maybe pirate ship would have to deal with the claim, but at the end of the day, the addresses on the package itself are our addresses.
Because it's the same thing with PayPal. Like I told you guys, I use PayPal Ship Now, and you save money using PayPal compared to just using UPS. And I've had things shipped back to me for certain reasons, and it comes back to me. It doesn't go to PayPal, so maybe that's not true.
So, again, this is new to us. We don't have all the answers. So if you have had experience, let's say you're watching this video a year from now, please leave a comment down in the comments, because, we would like to learn from this. Again, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, Jeff brought up a good joke, and it's funny. He goes, they are called pirate ship. Steal your stuff. So
I got an email from them today asking about how my experiences, and they said, it's like, we don't want to be known. We don't want anybody to think we're scammers, but we are pirates after all. I thought that was kind of funny that they at least are playing with their own name. They have a sense of humor about it. So anyway, so again, this is kind of an ongoing story. We're going to kind of watch and see how it goes. Hopefully nobody has to deal with a claim, but it does happen from time to time. Again, I feel like overall these statue boxes are pretty good. And that's why I want to bring up one more thing. People hate keeping boxes. They hate keeping the styrofoam. They hate keeping the brown shippers. But if you guys even minutely might have the chance of ever shipping anything, do not have UPS pack your statue. Keep the statue boxes, guys. I know they take up a lot of room. They're a hassle. But at the end of the day, they're designed to keep that statue from breaking.
Or even if you think you may have to move.
Right.
Yeah. Trust me, because it's a pain.
Giant pain.
It's a giant pain to pack them up, but
it's a giant pain to keep the boxes. But at the end of the day, I mean, again, a lot of people say, well, God, Chris, I've never sold a statue in my life. I mean, even Matt said, how many have you sold or they're shipped?
I've sold one. The only other things I've ever shipped was something to return or damaged one to Sideshow.
But let's say it's 10 years from now and you have a different hobby. Would you have wished that you had kept all the boxes?
I keep mine still.
Right, and I know you do. But I'm saying to the average collector, if you had all these statues that you're somebody like Matt that hasn't really sold very many, you keep what you buy.
Yeah.
Then 10 years, let's say, well, now I'm into cars. Now I'm into motorcycles or whatever, travel. And I'm going to sell all these statues. Well, if you don't have those boxes, it's going to be near impossible unless you live in maybe a big giant city where there's a lot of collectors and there's a lot of local buyers. But
not to bring up like a sad topic or bad tragedy topic, but somebody brought it up in the groups. God forbid something happens to you, And now your family has to get rid of these statues.
Yeah.
They're gonna need the box to sell them. The statues aren't forever. Sometimes they have to get sold. So
I've got a video coming out this week, and I bring that exact thing up. It's like, God forbid something happens to you. What the hell is your family going to do with these things? They're not going to. I mean, more than likely, my family. As soon as I'm out the door, boom, these statues are gone. Sayonara.
That's a crafting room.
That's to be a brand new
day after the funeral.
Video game room.
Christmas in the ground. It's a craft room.
That's right.
Even if you were to move, say, and you want to bring it with you, the box you would need to lay out each piece and try wrapping them is going to be even bigger than the shipping box it came in.
It would be nuts. And so again, just you guys got to bite the bullet and keep the damn boxes. that's what I'm going to say about it.
The funny thing is, we really only need one box.
the one we
Everybody can get rid of the boxes, but except one person has to keep each one. Then they have to ship it whenever somebody has to move or wants to sell the statue, and then that person keeps it until the next person.
So we just need a community warehouse.
No, every person would. It wouldn't be one person keeping all the boxes, but if one person kept a box and then would ship it to the next person that needed it, we could have only one box for each statue going around the country. At least it could be one person in each country, maybe.
You might be onto something.
See?
There you go. And just think, like, to ship an empty box wouldn't be that much.
Yeah.
So
it wouldn't.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. That's actually, as crazy as it is, I love it.
And the truth is, you could get rid of your boxes, and then you could say, I know Eric has this particular statue and I'm selling mine. Hey, Eric, if I give you $50, will you ship me your box and I'll send it back to you? Actually, the buyer of mine will agree with him that he'll send it back to you, or whatever fee you come up with.
I would do that.
I love it. Ryan says the BSC box sharing program coming soon from the Brotherhood of the Back Collectibles.
Rent the box.
That's
the box.
Great.
There you go.
I like Ferenzi says Sideshow and XM should sell boxes to customers. That's also not a bad idea. The fact that it's like, okay, everybody gets rid of their boxes. You get all that storage room back, or you don't have to pay for a storage unit.
Yep.
And then as soon as you say, well, I am ready to sell, I've enjoyed it for 10 years. I'm going to hit up Sideshow and they're going to charge me $40 to send me an empty box.
I'm going to have to register that domain before somebody takes it. rentastatuebox.com.
But I know that can never happen because, again, all these are custom made for that statue to be shipped in the first place. I can't imagine them having a warehouse of empty styrofoam. That would be ideal, but it would be nice to not have to worry about the boxes. But again, I do recommend, and again, I think that we absolutely should start the BSC box sharing program. So Jeff Lady, you're a genius. We're gonna work on that behind the scenes and see what we can get going for you guys. I love it. Oh, Dan says it sounds like a custody battle with statues. I love it. Thought Jeff was going to talk about a coffin for a second.
That's what I thought. You only need one box, and that's your own when you leave.
Mike says, I'm actually surprised Sideshow doesn't have a reseller or secondhand program. I think they kind of do it sometimes. So I think with return, they'll ship the return sometimes, I think. But I don't know. It would be nice to have some sort of program in place.
Someone's going to make a lot of money someday doing that. And that's what happened with comics is people got tired of eBay. And the first website that really did it was Comic Link. They just said, hey, you can post your comics on our website. If it sells, you send us the comic. We get 10%. We do all the paperwork. We do all the, and then we'll send you a check. And they've been going gangbusters ever since for decades now.
So, Jeff, what do you think of? I've never used them. Statue Forum. I know you can buy and sell, but I think they have like a little bit more of like it's a little bit harder to get on there to sell things, right?
Statue Forum doesn't have a good marketplace,
yeah,
and that's been one of my problems with that. I'm on there a lot, as much as I'm on Facebook, and it's never made any sense to me why there isn't a good marketplace on that website.
Yeah,
one of the problems is I think that they charge you a fee to be able to sell. But you go into that marketplace and there's like 8 things for sale. It's ridiculous. You
Yikes.
go into the CGC marketplace. I mean,
Yeah.
in a year's time, they're selling millions of dollars of comics, and there's no charges at all.
Mhm.
Totally free.
Man, we have so much to work on.
We do.
Yeah, we do. We'll have to put some brains together. Johnny, $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Asked us a question. Chris, honest question. XM Batman White Knight, panels or no panels? Crew chime in. Well, I actually have seen it in person. And so my personal opinion on it is I actually like the panels. It sucks covering up all that goodness underneath, but I like how slick and sleek it looks with those panels, those long panels. You can still have the guns coming out of them. That's just my opinion. I still have not decided 100% if I'm getting it. I want it. I just don't know if I have the room yet. I'm still going to kind of wait and see how I arrange things. But that's how I would display it, I think. But the great thing about it is you can display it like that for a while and then take them off and display it the other way. So I don't know what you guys think about it. I don't know how much interest you have in that piece. But panels or no panels? What do you guys think?
I would
Yeah.
I like those. I think they actually add a little bit more detail of a vehicle, which you don't get with Batman stuff typically.
I hate to say it, but I'm a little bit over that piece. I went from it's the best piece in the world to I don't know, seeing newer pieces. And I'm more excited about other pieces. But yeah, I'd probably go with the panels.
I think the biggest thing is the space.
Yeah, it's horizontal, which I know Delaney, you ran into that issue with Catwoman, and especially you, Chris, with horizontal pieces. It's not easy displaying them.
It's not.
Sure.
You have to have like a long garage shelf or something like that. Those are helpful. Mike Helms just became a brand new member. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We've had a couple of new members tonight, so thank you very much for supporting us in that way. I really appreciate it, and thank you also for that super chat earlier. Again, it all goes back into the channel, so thank you very much. Anything else you guys want to talk about, or are you guys ready to roll into some photos?
Let's see some photos.
All right, got a lot to look at tonight. Let me get all of the banners and stuff off there, and we will dive into all of that good stuff.
Seemed like kind of a big week for Sideshow. Things just started appearing out of nowhere.
It is insane. And it kind of comes back to the craziness of 12 Days of Sideshow, where like they didn't show any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But we'll get into all of that. So can you guys see this okay?
Yep.
All right. So this is the piece from Weta. And they have already shown us a Joker, Jared Leto Joker. This is the Nightmare Batman. This is a quarter scale piece. And I don't know about you guys, but I think this looks incredible.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
Again, this is going to be the Ben Affleck Batman.
I think it's going to sell out pretty quick.
I do too.
What's the price point on this?
Not yet announced.
Okay.
It does have 2 head sculpts, a couple of different swap outs. You can see the Joker playing card. It's also got the binoculars, which I have a photo of here. There's the binoculars. Again, the detail here is really nice. The coat looks amazing, I think. There's the Joker card, which I like that. It's a nice touch.
The Superman was $8.99, but there's more detail here, so I think this is going to be more.
Is the Superman already out for order?
Yeah.
Where can you order these?
Weta. I'm from Weta.
From direct.
Yeah, I can't remember if our favorite local retailer gets them or not, but like when I ordered a Lara Croft, I just got it from them, and the shipping wasn't that bad.
That's because it's from Australia, right?
Yeah.
So it's a big trip to the United States. But look how big it is. I just love the size. Like I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
But again, I really like I think both portraits
was already sold out.
The what was?
The Dark Side.
Oh, really?
On their website, it said sold out.
I think this one will sell out for sure. A lot of people really like the Nightmare Batman look.
I do believe you can get this from our favorite retailer there. They do
really?
carry Weta pieces I've seen.
Okay.
We're talking about Todd, so you might hit him up if you're interested in this piece. Again, I just think it's awesome.
Do you know, Matt, if he charges shipping for Weta pieces, or is it one of his free shipping dealios?
I know on the Tomb Raider piece he did not charge for it. But I don't know about this line.
Okay. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. This was a piece revealed and lightened up. This is from J&D Studio. And obviously they've done a lot of third scale. Their Catwoman is just coming out now. They also have, Joker and Arthur Fleck, Harley. And this is their newest reveal today. This is a, Amanda Heard or not Amanda, Amber Heard. Amber Heard Mira from Aquaman. And this is the only image we have of it so far, but I think it looks pretty great. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think so too.
Anything with her obviously has controversy. I've seen a lot of negative comments already. Just with her real life battles with Johnny Depp and whatnot. But I still think the character itself is, well liked, and I think this statue will be popular, especially the likeness. I think the likeness is pretty good. We haven't seen the full reveal yet, but I think this one could be popular.
Yep, it'll be another quick sellout for J&D.
Yeah, a couple hours like always, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So it'll be interesting to follow that. But again, I did want to share that with everybody. This is one of those pieces that Jeff talked about, kind of out of nowhere, literally. This is a Black Panther premium format from Sideshow, Marvel Studios. I'll kind of cycle through and I'll let you guys talk about it. What do you guys think about this piece?
It's okay, but I'm not a Marvel guy to begin with. But I it's just okay for me. It's nothing like wow.
I like it.
I like
There's
it.
very few, the piece that I had of Black Panther from Civil War. There has been nothing else that I've seen.
I think I would probably go with the XM by Daniel Bell. If you can still find it.
Which one?
That's comic book based, right?
Yeah, that's comic.
Oh yeah, that was comic book.
Yeah, this
right.
is the only movie one I know of.
Oh yeah.
I think the details look really incredible. There is also the unmasked portrait,
Which is quite good.
There's a good example. I think it's quite frankly one of Sideshow's best.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of hit or miss with the actor likenesses. I think of like Jeff's Jason Momoa. That's one of the better ones. I'm trying to think of what
they're getting better. That Boba Fett looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, we'll look at that here in just a minute.
And then that Rosario Dawson Ahsoka.
Oh yes, that one looks great.
Really good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like Sideshow's definitely stepped up their game. Where I feel like for a long time they just didn't, they weren't up to snuff. And I just feel like this one. I think this one will be very popular among collectors, especially with his passing, and they're not continuing this character anymore.
And they're keeping the price reasonable.
What was it, like $650 or something?
It's like $630, I think.
$630.
$635.
So not bad. I really like the stylized base. I think the base is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a different look. The purple.
And people are happy that they used the Civil War costume. They like that costume better.
Yeah, I just think this is a really cool piece. And again, why would you not tease this for
I don't know
12 days? Like what benefit do you get of just surprising it out of nowhere? I don't know, but
it's going to sell really well.
Yeah, I would guess that it's going to be a real popular piece for Sideshow, but I do think it looks really good. I mean, yeah, I could see like Eric's point that, maybe it's, if you're not a Marvel collector, you wouldn't be interested, but I do think it captures him very well, and I feel like it's a nice tribute to him.
Yep.
No, I like it, but yeah,
a lot of great detail on him. The texture.
And he's tall. He's like 26 and a half inches, I think.
26 and a half.
Yeah.
You nailed it. So yeah, tall piece. And that is up for pre-order right now at Sideshow. Let's move on to this one. This one's also kind of out of nowhere today, or actually this week. Sokatano versus Darth Maul diorama. Anybody have any idea what the scale would be? Is this an animated series?
Yeah, this would be like
Clone Wars or not Clone Wars?
Either Clone Wars or Star Wars. I think Star Wars Rebels.
Rebels. I think you're right. Rebels.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, you never know with Sideshow with their dios. I mean, they seem to be mostly fifth
They're all
scale,
over the place.
but I don't know.
I love the way they did the lightsaber with the.
Yeah,
that's a really cool effect.
Some people wish that they were going towards each other instead of her kind of fading back.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. But it does have a nice angled movement to it.
Yeah, it's very dynamic. It
Which
reminds me of that the Spider-Man and Venom piece where like they're doing these like where the characters are almost falling off the base. Like Spider-Man was falling off the base. Now she's like falling off the base.
And I like that they're keyed in up above, so they're both in the air. So I think this will be a popular piece among collectors. I think especially at the price point. Sometimes dios are pretty expensive, but I do like the art.
Star Wars fans, they really need to give Matt Black a big thank you. He's doing awesome work at Sideshow.
Yes, he is. We love Matt Black. He is fantastic. Let's move on to a piece from XM Studios. This is the Cheetah 1/6 scale, and there's also a quarter scale. So they're both doing both scales, which is amazing for collectors. I'll kind of scroll through, and you guys say what you think about this piece. I think Jeff and I kind of talked about it on Saturday Night Live a little bit, but what do you guys think?
I really like this piece. I think it came out really good.
Yeah, I love the face. I've seen complaints where they don't like this face right here. I think it's incredible. I think both portraits are incredible.
Some people have said the face kind of reminds her of I believe her name's Peyton from Cobra Kai.
It reminds me of somebody. I still can't pinpoint who it is though.
Yeah, it looks like her a little bit.
I could see that for sure.
I could imagine them selling more of the 1/6 because they've already released a 1/6 Wonder Woman. They haven't released a 1/4 Wonder Woman yet.
I bet they will though.
Oh yeah, they will.
They will. Look at the texture on her.
Hopefully it sells well for them because Sideshow's Cheetah didn't do so well. I still see that piece in comic book stores. People trying to sell it.
Yeah. Well, but XM, they do small edition sizes.
Yeah.
They do. I think I like this piece better. I'm not a big fan of this head sculpt.
Me either.
But I do really like the other one. And again, a lot of great detail on this one.
Looks good.
The base is really cool.
XM does such a good job with teeth too.
What do you think of those toes right there? I just noticed that.
I was gonna say the toes could be painted better. It's kind of bland down here.
Or maybe separated a little. I don't know.
Yeah, something.
It looks like a paw.
Yeah, it looks like a paw.
Well, that's the point, I guess. Man, she is a cheetah.
Okay.
Look at that base. It's kind of like a Tomb Raider-y, ancient,
Yeah.
I love that. That's really cool with the spear and the skulls.
It's a small piece for XM too.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty short.
Pretty short and pretty the base is pretty narrow. I mean, it's just kind of the width of her feet.
And the price is better than we normally see from XM too.
It was it 8 something or 9 something?
I think it's like 7.
Oh, that low.
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
But I think it's, if I'm remembering right, it's like 15.5 inches tall. It's a pretty small piece.
Yeah.
But if they could keep some of their quarter scale things with this small of a base and small of a profile, like that's going to be really appealing to collectors at that price point.
Yeah, they're probably trying to play it safe. You don't want to charge too much money on B-list characters.
Right.
Yeah, if they do a small run, small scale, like maybe do some of the bigger bases on the big characters, and some of the B characters or C characters do smaller bases and save some people some money, less risk for them. I think that's a brilliant strategy.
I'm okay with that as long as they make them. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as they make them. Yep. I do think she's cool. I like her. Wouldn't be something that I would add to my collection, but I do like her a lot. And there's the difference right there of the quarter scale and the 6th.
There you go.
And I've seen the 6 scale. They had the 6 scale paired with their 6 scale Wonder Woman. It looked really good.
I have not seen that picture. I bet it's great.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool to see them side by side like that.
It's crazy the difference.
And God bless XM and companies like Tweeterhead, for doing something like this, because that's exciting. Let's the collectors choose. This is a teaser we got for the Samurai line. This is the Samurai Riddler. I don't think we talked about this on the last show. I think it's been revealed since. Some people have said it's kind of maybe inspired by like the monks, like a monk theme. So we obviously haven't got a full reveal, but I am anxious to see more.
Yeah,
I said before that I'm a little less excited to see this character compared to like a Ra's al Ghul samurai or a I don't know.
come on, it's the Riddler.
Yeah, it still will be this will be the first quarter scale Riddler.
I was excited. I think it was like early in the morning. I just woke up and I saw this image and I thought it was a comic book Riddler. I was like, finally. And then they were like, oh, it's samurai. I was like,
yeah,
okay. But
I still believe within the next year or two we will get a quarter scale Riddler. I feel like we will.
so we were trying to figure out what's going on in the base. And almost, I don't know what's going on the right side, but the left side kind of looks like a barrel with some type of maybe like a detonator switch or some type of stick.
Yeah, it does look like a barrel. I'm not sure what obviously maybe these are some sort of cloth that's down here, but it looks like he's sitting on a stump or something. I don't know. The way his legs kind of bent.
I hope it's filing cabinets.
Oh, this is not made by Iron Studios.
Might be a Vespa.
It could be. It kind of looks like a rear view mirror.
That's what I was kind of wondering what's going on with the base.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about it, but
almost looks like it could be a head of something.
He's on a pink Vespa.
It could be. But
maybe I thought it might be like a dragon,
That'd be neat. I say all these bases have been really incredible. So I'm excited to see him. And who knows? I'll probably add him to my collection. We'll see. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
I want this.
Looks like a photograph of him.
It's just incredible. Yeah. This is the life-size Loki from Queen Studios. But just incredible likeness. This is, it blows the original out of the water. It's so much better in my opinion. The likeness is just so much better. It does come with the helmet. The longer hair that looks actually like the right hair. This of course was from the original Avengers, which I really like that suit. We have a Disney room, and I would absolutely consider getting this, just because him and Iron Man were my favorite characters in all the Avengers movies. I just think it's incredible. Expensive.
That's like $4,000, right?
Yeah, it's like I think it was a little shy, like maybe like 3,800. But like you look at the Infinity Studios bus, like a lot of those are $4,000. I don't know. Somebody did a poll about arms. Where do you guys weigh in on busts? Like, do you guys like when it has the arms, or do you like it better when it's just like this without the arms?
I don't think this one needs it.
I don't either.
Yeah, I like it without the arms.
But I feel like you can't mix them. Like I don't feel like you could have this piece next to a piece with arms. What do you guys think? I mean, I just feel like I just don't feel like it mixes and matches well.
If you had opposite corners of the room, you could probably get away with it, but not side by side.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you split it up a little.
I agree, but it's hard because half of the companies are doing it with the arms, and then some are doing it without, or they're just doing it by all the time.
I really hate when they do one arm and the other arm is gone.
Yeah, do both or don't.
Like the Queen Studios Thanos, didn't they do that on that big Thanos? Like there's one arm and then one not. I don't love that.
Queen Studios did that one. The Thanos and the Captain America they showed. He didn't have the shield, but he had the hammer.
Yeah, I think they're gonna add a shield, right? I think it's what they said.
Yeah, they stopped the pre-order on it.
Yeah. But again, likeness is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So anyway, that's up for pre-order right now from Queen. Again, 3,780. So
that's a lot of dough.
A lot of dough.
Came out on Valentine's Day. Get it for your lover.
That's right.
There you go.
Punchline also came out. We saw some videos of her originally, and now she is available. We get to see the extra head sculpts and things. This is one I'm definitely going to be ordering. I'm not sure who from yet, but I love it. This is the bonus portrait. I don't know. What do you guys think of this piece? Anybody going to order this one? I probably am the only one.
No, I already placed my order, actually.
Oh, that's awesome, Matt. That's fantastic.
I love this piece.
I do too. I love everything about it.
That they showed afterwards is what sold it for me. I think that
this
go really
right
well.
here.
Yes,
and they're all good.
They are.
Like all 4 of them are really good. I really like this one a lot too. You definitely get different, vibes. Like one's serious, one's flirty. This one's pissed off and angry. But I just feel like they really captured George Jimenez's art here.
Yeah.
And are you going to get the Joker also?
I have not decided that yet.
I'm going to get both.
I'm thinking of either putting her behind the Arkham City Harley or just next to the comic one.
A lot of people have said that. They're like, we would actually prefer to do that Arkham Harley with her, which I think they actually would pair up pretty darn nicely. I
just got to figure out the depth of both of them together.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is she is so round. If Harley didn't have a round base, I think it would be a lot easier to accommodate. But anyway, just incredible detail. Again, some people have complained about the pose. It doesn't bother me at all. Obviously, it's designed for the Joker to fit in front of her. So, I could see maybe some people not loving the front of that base.
It's kind of like an Arkham piece, though, when you really think about it. Just being up high and it's not overly complicated, but there is actually more going on in it than the old Arkham line did.
Yep, I agree. And I feel like all of the Prime 1 statues fit well together for the most part. The only issue I ever had was some of the Arkham scaled a little bit smaller than the comic book pieces. There is that Joker that we were talking about. If you hadn't seen it, again, I just love it. Again, it's very George Jimenez, taken directly from the comic, and just the colors with the purples. I just love it. And there it is in front. So it gives you kind of an idea of what they look like. And then let's see, there was also, let's see, I've got a few more photos of her. But again, one thing that I kind of complained about in my video, there's also an art print signed by Jimenez, LE limited edition of 500. But one thing I complained about in the video that I did, the hit or miss video, is that there's not stands for the head sculpts. Well, lo and behold, today, boom, they suddenly revealed head sculpts stands. So I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because her hair's so long.
They're not charging them for like $400 like a leather jacket, or
like
no, they're not.
An extra head sculpt.
No extra leather jacket here.
Oh, there you go.
Do you guys
I'm going to grab a picture of that. Say that again.
Do you guys like getting your statues with the headstands?
I do. I think it's just nice. I mean, whether you use them or not, it just gives the collector the option of doing that. Like on my Bermejo Joker, I have all my headstands out. But I can see where some people might not like them. How do you feel about them?
I have them out for the Suicide Squad Harley and the Arkham Catwoman, but I'm starting to wonder now with all the different pieces that Prime 1's doing that comes with them, 3-4 heads, if it's just going to be a clutter of heads at one point.
Yeah. And that's a great point.
Yeah, it is.
I do feel that way there's some heads that I could display, like that new Harley that we're getting, the deluxe. Like I won't display those extra head sculpts because I don't like the stands with the kind of that neck thing, whatever it is. I just don't love the look. And I feel like it would be too cluttered. So I agree with you on that. So anyway, we'll move on from Punchline. Look at this thing.
Wow. So
this is from XM and Legendary Beast.
Yep.
And this is going to be a 3rd scale Hulk.
Yep.
Could you even fathom?
Yep.
I've seen it where the hands are the same size as the hands, but the thing's wrist is bigger than the guy's wrist. Like the whole arm.
His wrist is as big as his hand.
Yeah, the whole forearm is bigger.
And look at the thumb, the fingerprints.
Oh wow.
Like that kind of level. I don't know if I've ever seen that on a statue like that. That's incredible. And there's this one also.
It's funny.
But how much do you think this thing will go for? Jeff, you have one of these pieces.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's going to go for. The Thor was what, like 1,400, I think?
Yeah.
Something like the 1,399.
I think
So
this will
he
be
got it-
3,500, 3,500.
God, I don't know. I don't know. I
Would
think
you
he's
get
going to be like what, 40 something, 42 inches tall or 40 inches tall.
Would you want a piece like this?
I don't know where he'd put it, but would I want a piece like this? Hell
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I would love it. And it's weird how they're doing it. Apparently there's 3 different torsos
Wow.
because they don't want to have a neck seam.
I think I shipped that.
And I think what they're doing is you select which one you want.
Okay.
You don't get all 3 unless they do some DX thing where you get all 3. But there's a Kirby portrait, there's a Alex Ross portrait, and then I think the third is more modern. I can't remember what the third one is based on.
I think they should absolutely sell all 3 like that, but then still offer the option to buy a separate torso. So like if you like 2 of the 3, you could still get the extra one.
I don't even want to think what the shipping would be on that.
Oh, the shipping is going to be nutty.
On all 3, if you had to get like 3 torsos.
Well, I don't think you have to.
And I'm saying what Chris said. Chris said was like, if you
Yeah.
want all of them.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some collectors that will buy all 3.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. X.
They actually just revealed
Those
another
people won't
tease.
worry about shipping.
Yeah.
That's true.
We'll move on to this one. This was from Kotobukiya, and I thought this was a cool piece. Have you guys seen this one?
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, it's part of their Art FX series lineups, Bronze Age. So you don't always get to see a lot of love for this age of comics. So I thought this was a cool piece.
Based on Neil Adams.
Yeah, really neat. This was another teaser from XM, and I believe people think that this is Rogue.
No, it's Jean Grey.
Oh, that's what I meant. Jean Grey. Sorry, I said the wrong person. Jean Grey. So I have no idea what's going on. What are the things in her hair?
It's like her power or something.
I think it is related to her power.
So
Or people said she got stabbed in the head with daggers.
that's what it looks like. It looks like
One of the
daggers.
two. We're going with power.
It's like some really bad acupuncture right there. So anyway, that's coming from XM, a teaser there. These photos were sent to me today from Darkside Collectible Studio. I did a video on this not too long ago as a teaser, but this is the T-1000 from Terminator. And I think this is a really cool looking piece. I know a lot of people are really excited about it. What do you guys think?
It's up for sale now.
It's already up.
Yep.
The likeness looks good.
Yeah, I think the likeness, I do think that with each piece, I feel like the skin texture continues to improve from what we originally saw from this company. So I think that's really exciting. I also think it's really exciting that they're doing a couple different versions of this one with the liquid metal as well. But again, I feel like the likeness is really good. It's really cool because we just started watching Peacemaker, and he of course is in that show as John Cena.
Oh, that's right.
Very cool.
What scene is that from?
Got a couple of swap outs with the hands.
Kind of reminds me of like a bouncer at a club. Like you can't get in.
That's right. Yeah, definitely got that determined look. Cool base. Again, I feel like the skin texture is looking better than it. I don't remember what piece we originally didn't like.
It was Picard.
Picard, yeah. But I mean, like, look at the texture on his hand. I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious again when Jeff gets his statue in from the Star Trek series. See what you think. I think the nails look really real. So I think again, I feel like with each piece they continue to improve.
You got to be careful on pricing though. 1,600 for this and 17 for that version.
Really, 16. That's quite a bit more than their Star Trek, isn't it?
It depends. I mean, they actually brought the price down for Kirk because there's no switch outs. I think he was 12, but Spock is 1,300.
Do you think it's the extra size of the base maybe, or the extra details, whereas the Star Trek ones are basically just base?
Yeah, maybe.
It's possible, and to me it looked like there's a light up, and I don't know if that's confirmed or not. So that may have contributed to it also. They are also a newer company, and so it could be that they have to charge more to justify the fees or the licensing fees they're getting.
Yeah, but they need to establish a reputation.
They do, and that's like Prime One when they first came out of the gate with the Batman stuff, $900 for third scale.
Yeah.
And I know that was 5-6 years ago or whatever, but at the time that was smart because they built their fan base that way.
Yeah, so I've said this before, but I'll say it again. They're on the Captain Spock. There's 300 regulars; those are sold out. There's 150 of the exclusive, which is a switch out arm with him doing the Vulcan salute. Those are still available.
Really?
And the exclusive was like $10 more.
That doesn't make any sense.
So it's never made sense to me. I'm kind of crossing my fingers. I'm actually going to get the statue because you can still pre-order from Sideshow.
Can you get the exclusive from Sideshow?
You can. For some reason, the regular edition is completely sold out, but the 150 exclusives are still available.
That doesn't make any sense unless they got an extra allotment from Darkseid, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I just hope I get mine because it seems weird.
Yeah, that's really, really strange. But anyway, it's kind of cool. You can choose whatever look, and I could see some collectors buying both of these.
Yeah.
Because you just don't see the liquid metal very often, or this character very often, actually. Let's move on now to Tweeterhead and Sideshow, of course. Sideshow now the official distributor of Tweeterhead. And this is from our friend Amakar Fong, who we've had on the show. And I love this piece. This is Merman from He-Man. This is, I just think it's incredible. What do you guys think?
Very cool. And like Jeff posted, the exclusive is almost sold out.
It is sold out.
Oh, it is now.
This is the exclusive head, right?
Yep.
I thought the weapon, right? He has like
trident. The trident.
Oh, trident. Yeah.
Oh, hopefully I have a picture of that. So you do get both heads with the regular.
Yeah.
So again, this is sculpted by Amakar, and I just think it's really great. We did get to see the prototype earlier, but this is the first time we get to see him painted. What do you guys think of the paint job on him?
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, really great. Love the colors. I'm not familiar with the alternate portrait. Like this is the Merman I kind of remember as a kid. So I don't know what this version is, but it is cool that they have different versions for collectors. Again, look at the texturing. I love what he's done here.
Yeah, it's cool.
This is right up his alley. He loves doing creatures, which is awesome. I don't know if I have the trident picture or not. I'm sorry if I don't, guys.
So the trident adds about 3 inches to the piece. I think it's about 17 inches without it and about 20 with it.
Does the trident go back behind him just like this, like it's long, or does it go up?
It certainly goes above him, but I don't remember what direction it goes.
It's similar direction. It's just a trident.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, darn it. I don't know why I don't have pictures of that. But
I love that base.
Yeah, it's very Snake Mountain right here, which is very cool.
Super cool.
Yeah,
I like how they did the liquid, like
yeah, the puddles. Like it's just a very well done piece. And again, this Masters of the Universe line, talking with Chad, back when we met up at Disney, just how well this line is doing, and people really seem to love it. Of course, this is all Dave Igo. Dave Igo's in charge of all of these as art director. And again, I just want to tip my hat again to Amakar for an incredible piece here.
Yeah, it's a great sculpt. It's like museum, but at the same time, it has like a little bit of flow to it, and like you can kind of see like the reactions to the character, like he's
hunched over a little bit. Yeah,
it's really cool.
There's a lot of nice movement to it.
I ordered it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Now, have you ordered any of the other Masters of the Universe pieces?
Yeah, I've got Tila coming and something else. What else have I got? There's another one coming too.
Oh, are you going to do Trap Jaw?
That's not up yet, I don't think, is it?
No, not yet, but I like it.
We haven't seen it painted, have we?
No, not yet.
I'm gonna wait for see the paint. It's funny because I'm too old to even know these characters, but they're doing such a good job on them. I've been ordering them, and I'm definitely gonna review them, and I'll decide then whether I'm gonna keep them or not. But this piece, I don't know what it is. It's the color palette, it's the sculpt, everything about it. It's so cool looking.
Yeah,
I could imagine keeping this one.
And I can tell you guys keep buying these. They're going to make a ton more. They have so many things planned for you guys. You are going to freak out if you are a Masters of the Universe fan. Again, a lot of nostalgia for me. I loved this line. I played with this. My favorite Christmas gift of all time was Castle Grayskull. And so
they made Skeletor yet?
Not a new one, not from them. They still have the Sideshow one, but you better bet they're going to make one.
And
so
Brian Dottie in the comments brought up a point. It actually matches Skeletor's base with the snake going around.
And again, that's a Sideshow base. So again, it's cool because Dave worked for Sideshow. So obviously that it's purposeful, guys. Like it is meant. If you have that piece, you could still make this work. And so I think that's awesome. But I'm sure they'll do a new version too. All right, let's move on to another Sideshow piece. Again, this was a reveal. This is brought to us by this guy, this incredible guy right here, Martin Canale. We're a big fan of his on the channel. This is a premium format. What do you guys think of this? Again, very classic Thor. It's been a minute since Sideshow's done a classic Thor.
Yeah, another beast of a statue. That's his style.
Mm-hmm.
Big piece. Yes, really cool base. Look at that.
That is cool. I didn't see that.
Kind of reminds me of kind of like the Deathstroke base, the Samurai Deathstroke. Having that big face with the hands. I just think that's cool.
So I think there's a legitimate concern with this piece that several people have expressed is from this particular angle where you can see his costume, you can't really see the Frost Giant. If you see the Frost Giant, if you go back to like the previous picture, too much of him is covered by the cape.
Yeah.
Now, the cape is posable though, right?
It is.
So could you technically move the cape out of the way and see more of him? Like I see where people are saying that. But I feel like that could be resolved if you just move the cape around somehow.
Maybe.
And I agree. I'm so used to seeing this angle that I didn't even know the Frost Giant until Chris just pointed it out. I'm so used to seeing the other angle.
Because I really like the base a lot.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
The base is really neat. And, I definitely understand where collectors are coming from. And, if you display it, like one little detail that I love is that he's holding on to the strap through his hands. Like he's not holding on to Monier. Mm-hmm. So, if you display it from this angle, you can't see that.
Right.
So like, again, this is just optimal viewing angle, right, Jeff Delaney?
You bet.
You can't have everything.
You can't have everything. But again, I mean, I do think it's a great piece. I could see this being very popular. I haven't got a really good feel from the community how people are liking this one. But
I think somebody brought up in one of the groups that it actually comes very close to a comic book cover with a Silver Surfer. I forget which issue it was.
Oh, they're probably talking about Silver Surfer number 4.
Okay.
Which is a classic cover.
Yeah, it's a very classic cover. It's him and then Silver Surfer's in there. Yeah.
Yep.
It's very similar.
I do love that, Martin did Thor and Daniel Bell did Silver Surfer. It's kind of a cool because they work together and they're, I know that's Daniel's mentor. So it's really neat to see them working on these projects.
But this big bulky Thor, I think that's going to look pretty good with the new big bulky Captain America.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, I think they'll pair it. And who sculpted that one? Was that was Daniel one? No.
I think it was.
I want to say it was
Martin Canale.
I think it was.
Yeah.
So he did both.
I think he did both.
Yeah, Cap was Canale.
So you guys might have seen it on Facebook, but I wanted to point out. I thought it was really cool that Sideshow did include that picture of Martin with the statue.
I loved it too.
And I think they should do that with every single statue.
Every single statue. Like this was my favorite thing I saw all week. I'm like, this is so cool to see him with his statue.
Absolutely.
Because we've been saying that. We've been, standing, from the hilltop screaming, like highlight your artist.
Let them say something about the piece and put it in the item description below.
I love that.
Good
I love
idea.
How many times have we seen statues and then appreciate them more when we hear what the artist says it's about? And
Yep.
Yeah.
it makes more sense.
And the samurai scarecrow is a big thing. I mean, that was a big deal with Amakar, telling him the backstory, telling him what he was thinking. And so many people since then, like they've said to me, "Hey, Chris, ever since he said that story, it changed my mind about the piece."
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that. And I absolutely, so Sideshow, I doubt you're watching this, but if you are watching this, please continue this. It's something very simple, but it really means a lot to us as the collectors to get to know the artists and understand. And again, we have a lot of appreciation for the art. That's why we spend this money. It's not just to add polystone to our collections. We appreciate the art and the artists that create it. And so please continue this.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm glad you said that, Jeff. That's great.
And again, they're keeping it close to $600, which I think is really smart.
Sideshow's done a really good job with price points this year.
Yeah. When I said earlier that, the other Sideshow piece was $635. Actually, this one is $635.
Oh, okay.
Black Panther's $620.
Now we just need the classic Iron Man. Looking forward to seeing that.
Say it's been a minute since they've done that too. They did it in, what was that? Avengers Assemble, that smaller scale.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to see a quarter.
You got to assume after seeing this Cap and this Thor, you're going to get an Iron Man and a Hulk.
Yep,
Classic.
it's a no-brainer.
And, hopefully an unmasked Iron Man too. Switch out.
That'd be neat.
One thing I wish Sideshow would do is like what Prime One does with the 360 videos, because I feel that Thor would really benefit from that, to see if you can get him on a right angle to see both the Frost Giant and the front of him, and still be able to see the portrait pretty well.
Yep.
I think he's one that really needs to be angled just right. If you can watch a video, you can pause it to see where you like it, if it fits in your collection.
Sure. I agree. I love the 360 videos. Like my only nitpick with those is I wish they were closer a little bit. You know, sometimes they're so far away. But yeah, I love that because it literally lets you plan how you're going to display it. You know, if you have a certain amount of room, or if you like, okay, I really like him from this angle or that angle. So yeah, I agree 100%, Matt. This is a piece from XM Studios, and this, of course, is part of their Dark Knights Metal line. They teased the full paint. We did get to see renders early on, but I love the colors on this one.
And just in case Sideshow's listening, going back to that, please include measurements of like maybe just the base alone and the figure and all that. So,
yeah, that would be nice.
It really helps.
It does really help. It helps us plan.
Yep.
And it helps. I just feel like it's goodwill for the community too. So I think Jeff brought up the Boba Fett premium format. Again, this kind of sort of came out of nowhere. The image was leaked. We talked about it on the last show, but they quickly put it up for pre-order after that, which I thought was cool. But what do you guys think of this premium format?
It looks good, and the unmasked head sculpt is so good. I feel like you almost have to display it like that. It's just so good.
It's really good.
Both portraits are very good, I feel. And again, we just got through watching Book of Fett and really enjoyed it. A lot of great fan service in that series, which was really fun. And again, this is just, if you're a Boba Fett fan, which I've been a Boba Fett fan ever since Empire. And I really love that it's a different look for him. You know, it's not, you might have 3 or 4 premium formats of him, but you don't have one like this. And it's really cool.
Yep.
A lot of great detailing on him. Love the weathering effect. I hope they can duplicate that in production. Paint looks great. We've got the Bantha stick as well. Just looks really great. I love the art direction. Some people have kind of complained about the simpleness of the base. But again, that's kind of where he was the whole show.
And this whole line of the Mandalorian has simple bases from Sideshow.
Yeah. I mean, low profile, which is, again, saves you some money. The more complicated the base, the more the price goes up, it seems like. But anyway, that is also up for pre-order right now. A lot of great detail on this piece. And again, like Jeff said, they are doing the Ahsoka Tano, which is the Rosario Dawson version. And it looks even better than this, in my opinion.
Yep.
So anyway, I wanted to show the premium format. So again, this is what that head sculpt looks like. And then we're also... Again, let me show you that picture of the likeness. And then we're also getting the Hot Toys quarter scale as well. So this is, a different look. Obviously, the armor is different. but I didn't want to because this is actually from Book of Fett, whereas the other one was from The Mandalorian.
Right.
But this is another great portrait here. I think I personally think this is even closer.
Yeah.
But pretty awesome, right?
I think I like this better.
That's going to be cool in quarter scale.
Yeah, real cool in quarter scale. Again, you get some. I think I have a picture of the base.
Oh, that's a quarter scale.
Yeah, this is quarter scale.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
This is a real flame effect, so it's sculpted flame. It looks like it lights up.
I saw a picture of the quarter scale Mandalorian and the Grogu with a couple of Star Wars statues, and it looked really cool.
That's all. I'm glad they pair up nicely. I mean, and the base is great too. I mean, it's got a great storytelling element to it, and it says it does have a light up function. So I'm guessing that does light up. Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? You think it'll light up?
I don't, but it might.
It might. But anyway, that's another option too. So you can either buy the premium format or buy both. That's they're both really well done. This was another piece that was up for pre-order recently from the Spider-Man movie. This head sculpt has got quite a few memes. They did say that they're going to update the head sculpt a bit. I still think it looks good. I feel like it looks like him.
I mean,
I think he's an odd-looking character anyway. So
yeah, he is.
With the glasses on, I thought it looked pretty close. Without the glasses, it's a little.
I mean, he's a little, maybe a little, a little derpy, maybe a little bit, but I don't know. I still think it looks like him. I mean, there's no questioning that it's that actor.
I wouldn't say it looks like him, but I could tell who it is.
Yeah. So anyway, that's out there too if you're a Hot Toys collector. A lot of different, swap outs and things. A lot of detail on him. Yeah, there's his look with the glasses. I think it looks good. This right here, this is another piece from XM. This was a somewhat controversial piece in terms of color. I want to direct your attention to the fact that his clothing is red. People did not like that. They chimed into XM, and it went from this red color to
purple,
a kind of a maroon color.
No, I heard it went to purple. So I saw something different.
I'm sorry. This was the red.
Yeah.
This is the new color right here, the purple.
So supposedly in the comics, he's purple, and XM, like they did a poll, and 80% of the people said, I want to see purple instead of the red. This is more comic accurate. So I mean, it looks cool in both, but I think I like it with the purple.
One thing I wanted to highlight is like how cool this invisible effect is right here. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, the transition from like the clear to the rock arm,
the thing,
really cool.
And you have also the was it Mr. Elastic or what is that his name?
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic. His arm. So again,
you are such a DC guy.
I am a DC guy.
It's a cool piece.
And there's the fire.
Mr. Stretchy Guy.
Yeah, the stretchy guy. The guy from those really bad movies.
Stretch Armstrong.
But I do love the base and the water effect. I think that looks really amazing.
I didn't even see that switch out. That's cool.
But yeah, the flame arm is really cool. So you again, there's the color change there, but
I think I like that better
than the fire.
Yeah, than the flame.
I just love the oversized hand. I think that's really cool. I think the face sculpt looks really great. And again, look at that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That looks really good.
I want to know how they
force field, not water.
Oh, it's a force field. Okay.
So it would be the invisible, she can create that force field.
Okay, that makes sense. I want to know how they did that. That just looks so good.
It's translucent resin or whatever it is, and then they just paint over the translucent resin part.
That's neat. I'm assuming it keys in too. The hand keys in right there. Still looks amazing to me. A lot of great details on the base. There's that effect, that force field that Jeff was just talking about. Isn't that cool looking?
That looks good.
I really like that. I think it's a cool look. Again, I don't really know anything about this character, but I do think it looks cool.
I really like the piece, but it's like 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet.
Wow.
Oh,
Big.
wow.
Oh, here
It's a
you can.
cool
Here you have the
character.
hand. You can do the hand with without the translucent effect.
Hmm.
I just noticed that. There's that flame hand. But he does look cool. I like him.
Yeah, I really like this. I know not really much about it.
Well, he's like, the scrolls can look like anybody and assume them.
Takes that power.
This one has.
Oh,
This one can do multiple things at one time.
the scrolls were the characters from the Captain Marvel movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I know who they are.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense to me.
They were in the. I've got the book.
It's well done. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just cool to see him painted up. And
Secret Invasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's just so cool that XN listened to feedback and changed it immediately. I just love that. I love that when companies listen. That's neat. Let's talk about this piece, Jeff Delaney. So you have this piece. This is quarter scale.
I do.
It seems like there's two.
Well, no, this is 1/6 scale.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1/6. We're hoping that it's going to be in quarter, right?
Yep.
And I think this piece looks fantastic. I know you have really good things to say about it. There seems to be two areas of controversy with this piece. And maybe you can address it with the community, is that some people feel like there's a bit of a lean, like he's kind of leaning back a little bit. Does that bother you in person? Do you feel like it's noticeable? What are your thoughts on that?
So a lot of people have said that it looks like he's leaning back. I don't think he's leaning back. I think he is slightly tilted. Like when I had the production sample or the prototype, there was a straight vertical line from the middle of his face to his toes. It was a very upright statue. When I got the production piece, it's like if his head is at 1230 and his feet are at 630. He's slightly tilted to his left. The thing is, it's a floating pose, so it's kind of still okay, but it did take a little bit of the impact away from me personally. And I've seen pictures from multiple collectors, and only one collector that I've seen has a straight up and down Superman. Everyone else is slightly tilted.
Interesting. I wonder why how they did that.
Is this the one collector? Because it looks straight here. Well, at least the last picture.
Yeah, this might be it. I'm not sure, but there's one. Someone posted a picture that I took of the prototype next to a picture of a collector, and you can see there's a noticeable difference.
Yeah,
the picture you showed in our chat, that one was off enough to where it would have bugged me. I would have.
One thing that I have noticed is that collectors receiving it are saying, yes, it is a little bit tilted, but I'm keeping it because I love the statue.
Yeah. Man, it doesn't look bad.
Well, I think this might
it does. I mean,
this might be the good one.
Yeah, that looks pretty straight, because the one you showed, it was definitely looked like he was about to veer off in a different direction.
Yeah, This looks a lot straighter.
Yeah.
This was the other thing that some people, and yours was kind of like this too, right? With the paint was sloppier on the belt.
The belt looks the same as Jeff.
Yeah, the paint all over the statue is wonderful, except for on top of the belt. It's sloppy there.
And everybody's saying it looks good on the bottom. But,
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well, they probably keyed in the torso right there.
That could be.
It could be. And again, sometimes when we zoom in on things, this is a smaller scale statue, so it's not going to be as noticeable to the naked eye.
That's true.
And again, the statue to me looks really, really good. I love this base. I love the pose on him. And like I think you said in your review that you feel like it's the best Superman sculpt to date.
I do. The portraits and his musculature, I think, are the best.
So anyway, congratulations to everybody getting it. And again, hopefully they'll do a quarter scale of this one. And I think that would be immensely popular. And maybe if there is an issue with engineering of some sort with them being slightly angled, maybe that's something they could fix at a quarter scale level.
Yeah, it's all about the key.
Yeah.
Somehow they screwed up with the key so that he's a little bit this way instead of straight up and down.
This was a art print that went up for pre-order this week, and I love this print. I've been debating about it, but I'm really hoping they do a premium format in this pose. I like it. Could you guys see them doing a PF this way?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I wish they would.
That would be a good general purpose Joker.
Sideshow's done too. They've done the original that I own, and they've done the Pogo, which I owned for a while. And the Pogo is very whimsical and fun, but this is creepy Joker. And this is, I feel like this is exactly what Sideshow needs. I think this would be a big, big hit for them.
I'm waiting for a creepy Joker, but the pose, being from New York, just reminds me of some heroin junkie on the corner of Times Square. But I do appreciate it. Just reminds me of that. I mean, you see a lot of people about to tip over on the corners in Times Square. Kind of looks like that to me, but yeah, it's cool.
Well, I would assume heroin junkies on the street could be kind of scary, right?
They look just like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's terrifying to me. So there you go.
Oh yeah, I guess it works. Yeah.
And I want the Jack in the Box on the base too.
Yeah, it's very good too. And it's a creepy one. It's not like a cute one.
No, I don't want this Cupid doll thing.
No, it's like I'm so tired of the Cupid doll on everything. Like even the Punchline statue has a cute little Harley Quinn doll.
Joker has one on it too.
Like I don't want the dolls anymore. I want something creepy.
Yeah. I think it's actually Batgirl.
Yep.
Did you freeze? I think he's frozen.
He is frozen.
So now we're looking at, it's probably the J&D Catwoman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jeff, you were saying that the Joker has a cutesy. It's actually a Batgirl, which is kind of. I mean, it's a cutesy doll, but it's Batgirl, so it's a little bit more sadistic, being that he shot Batgirl and killing Joke. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. I would like something more serious. He's back.
Sorry about that, guys. I always say it wouldn't be a show without me freezing once. So sorry about it. I couldn't hear what you guys were saying about the J&D, but yeah, that's where we're at.
We're talking about Joker.
Just guessing that's what it was in the Joker.
All right, here we go. Let's get back into it. All right, J&D Catwoman. So I was just saying that this is a production piece of her. What have you guys thought about the pictures that you've seen of her in hand?
Just kind of what we said before, that she doesn't look so good without the mask, but somehow the mask transforms it into a much nicer piece.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Odd.
Yeah, it's very odd. I do feel like the sculpt on her is very, very beautiful. It's a very sexy pose, in my opinion. And again, the texturing on her suit is very, very accurate to the movie. The price point on these are quite high. I think I said in the video that I wish that they would do a polystone head too, and like do that as an option. Because some people are still worried about the silicone, but I do think that looks really good right there.
Yeah. This is like one of those pieces where I'm really happy with it until I read the comments, and then the comments get to my head, and now I'm like, oh yeah, the face does look a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I thought it looked good.
The mouth has just looked off all the way through this.
It's just.
You think the lips are too big, or the mouth?
I think they're too big, or I think they look like they would hurt. They look a little like sunburnt. You know, they kind of swell up a little bit.
Like bee stung.
Yeah, a little bit. Or maybe she just got, lip filler and it's not like settled in yet, or
something.
They look sore.
Again, I will say this. Congratulations to anybody that picked this up. I do still feel like it's a beautiful piece.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Expensive, yes, but I still think that this is most likely their best one that they've done, in my opinion. Although, well, no, I think the Wonder Woman's still better. Just because that face sculpt was really, really good. But I think this is really good too.
I like it.
XMT's did Ultraman today. I know nothing about Ultraman at all.
Me either.
But he's coming soon.
I'm trying All right. So does anybody know about this character, or
I don't know anything about him.
what's going on with the chest? Was it like he punched in the breast, or is it a guy or girl? I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't look
I
weird.
don't know
Like
anything about them, but I know it was a popular TV series, and I think it was popular in other parts of the world.
Yeah,
I never saw it, and I think it's been around a long time.
I think
'Cause
so
I think
too.
it was something that would have been on when I was a kid. So it's old.
I'm just trying to figure out the chest area.
Well, it is Ultraman,
Yeah.
so
It looks like a girl that got punched in the
yeah, I don't
chest.
I don't know.
She could use some Catwoman filler.
Yes, you could. This was just something I wanted to show. This was teased a long time ago, and this was I didn't know if people had seen it. But this is the a life-size bust from Queen Studios.
That's cool.
Oh wow.
And again, it hasn't gotten much press. Again, there hasn't been a full reveal yet, but I think this one could be really quite awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to show it.
What's up with the mini bust on the bottom left there?
I think this might be a cane,
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
like a cane topper.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So anyway, I'm hoping to see more. Queen Studios is going to be revealing a lot more things here soon. So hopefully that's one of them.
That's cool.
Speaking of reveals, XM revealed these amazing photos of the Red Hood Samurai. We had seen renders. We had seen a few mock-up paints, but these are the official paints from XM. What do you guys see here? You guys like the paint, the overall paint scheme here?
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
You gonna get this one, Chris?
I am leaning toward yes.
Uh-huh.
I don't love the looks. I like this look primarily. I like the details in the other head sculpts. And like somebody said, Chris, Catwoman isn't really a bad guy anymore, and that's a good point. So I can maybe justify having him. I just feel like he fits. I feel like he's more samurai than some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just with all the blades and the way he looks. This is that other mask, which I don't think I'd ever display, but I do think it looks cool.
Yeah. I mean, I like him, and he's very popular in the groups. A lot of people seem to love him. It's just not my favorite out of the collection.
I think I really like the ones with the swords more, and I think that's why this one speaks to me.
That's fun.
Yeah, this is really cool. It's meant to be a bathhouse, which is it's got some bath tile here. But anyway, I just think he looks pretty awesome. So we'll see. I did order Scarecrow, but really it's just going to depend on space of if I can accommodate him or not.
Yeah,
I love the way the light hits them. You can see the shadows and the highlights, the way they painted it.
Mm-hmm.
This piece really stands out compared to a lot of the others for me.
I agree.
And it's got a smaller footprint with the base, so
Yeah, let me go back to the base here.
I think that's why I don't know. I'm a person that likes big bases and stuff. So,
but it's definitely room friendly, I think, which is nice. The only depth is maybe the sword going back, which could be an issue, but still a cool piece from XM. I'm excited to see more. These are some in-hand photos of I can never remember her name. This is from Mandalorian.
Cara Dune.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the in-hand?
That don't look too good. Who did this one again? Is this the Sideshow?
Sideshow.
Yeah, it's Sideshow.
Yeah.
I thought they were supposed to cancel this piece originally.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that was just fans not happy with the actress. Sideshow never said they were going to cancel it.
Yeah, she got involved in some political stuff, right? I think.
Yeah, it actually has an edition size of 2,500. It's a fairly healthy edition size.
Yes, it is.
Probably
I feel like I feel like that angle looks pretty good. I've never really liked the face sculpt on this one.
To me,
That hair looks like a leaf.
Yeah, it just doesn't look very well sculpted.
to me, it's just a really boring pose.
Yeah,
It's just standing there.
it's very, and I mean, she's a tough, bounty hunter type character, but it's like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it is boring. Also, I just feel like there's just no definition in the hair. There's no detail. I don't know that. I just feel like they could have done a better job on the sculpt. But again, she is shipping now, so
Yeah, Spider-Man looks good.
Yeah, I love that. That Spider-Man is this guy. I've seen him in person.
Mhm.
He's incredible.
You gotta have a positive. Spider-Man looks good.
And the Rock looks good. I like that Rock. I think the Rock looks fantastic
Yeah.
too. This is a new piece, a 1/6 diorama from PCS, and this is from the Marvel Future Revolution, which I believe is the video game. What do you guys think of this? Have you guys seen the pictures of him?
A little bit. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's
it looks
pretty
good.
I feel like he was kind of expensive. I think he was like 900 some,
Wow.
Mm.
and for 6 scale. A lot of detail in him, though. I mean, it looks good. And you know what? It's so dynamic. You know, I think that's probably why, because he's got this big, crazy base, but and 19 inches high,
I like it.
especially from that angle. Like, it's pretty awesome looking from that.
Yeah.
Angle. It's neat. So anyway, that's available right now for pre-order at Sideshow and PCS. Some of the detail there. I think we're getting down to the end here. This was a piece that I just saw today, and I thought it was really pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I really do. It's from League of Legends. It's from Infinity Studios, but it is available right now at Sideshow. I don't know. I just like it. I think it's really cool. The base is neat.
Mm-hmm. Fiora is her name.
Are you familiar with this character?
Isn't that the cartoon that's on, or the animated show that's on Netflix right now?
Arcane.
Yeah.
Yes, not this particular character, but
Right.
the same game, or based off the same game.
I always look at characters like this, and I always think, could I repaint that as Talia al Ghul? I feel like this one maybe. She's got the sword. She's got the full bodysuit. I don't know. I'm just always thinking.
Yeah,
Could be a kind of an ancient base here. I don't know.
you could change the plaque to say League of Shadows.
Yeah, I would say something. Yeah. Have some green ooze from the pit on the base somehow. I don't know. I got a couple Iron Studios pieces. These are 10 scale pieces that I wanted to show. This was a Bela Lugosi that just went up for pre-order recently. I thought that was pretty neat. You don't get to see these characters very often.
Yeah, it's nice.
And a little sizable piece for 10 scale with the cape, which is kind of cool. And also a Harley Quinn came out. I don't like this one at all, face sculpt wise. I just think it's not even close.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, just not close. But the suit, this is the suit that everybody likes. So anyway, so that's the whole shebang. That's about 200 photos, guys.
Good stuff.
Yeah, some good stuff in there.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. And again, it's funny how much stuff comes out. Like, there's just so much variety right now. And it does tell me that people are buying. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But did anything stand out to you as a must pre-order? Obviously, you've ordered Punchline, Matt.
Yep.
That Nightmare Batman's looking really good.
I like him too.
Yeah,
And-
Punchline, Nightmare Batman. That Merman is looking good.
Merman. I do feel like that Nightmare Batman, I don't know if that would be one that I would keep, but I would love to review.
Yeah. That's next week.
The pre-order?
Yeah.
I would really like to see their stuff in hand. I just feel like they're a company I knew nothing about until that Leto piece. And I'm just really impressed with what they're doing. Like the image or the likenesses are really good. I'm impressed.
They have a huge display at Comic-Con every year, and it's truly impressive.
That's awesome. Well, anything else you want to talk about before we head out tonight? I know we've gone a little long tonight.
I don't think so. Except for Jeff's shirt is very, very nice. He's gotten a lot of compliments in the chat tonight.
Yes.
That's right. Tell people where they can get it again, Jeff. There's a whole bunch of new
I'll
Batman
put it in the
shirts.
chat.
Okay. So he's going to type it in the chat real quick for you guys, and I will put it up on the screen. But this company does a lot of these. I kind of compare them again to, they kind of remind me of like button-up Hawaiian shirts that I see at Disney. A lot of those type of shirts, but they're really, really neat.
Yeah.
And they just came out with a whole bunch of new Batman shirts. It's rsvlts.com. So yeah, check them out. There's
they restocked some of this first batch too, because those sold out the first day they put them up for sale.
How's the like the material, the quality of the actual shirt? Is it like comfortable?
It's great. It's they call it Kinuflex, so it's kind of like has a little bit of stretch to it.
Good. I like it.
And I just throw them in the washing machine and hang them up on a hanger and let them dry. They don't suggest drying them, and I could see that.
That's cool. It looks great. I just found that message. Who sent me the Hulk picture?
Me.
Which Hulk is this?
This is the Legendary Beast XM.
New tees.
1/3 scale.
1/3 scale tees. We get to see some teeth.
And gums and all kinds of good stuff.
The paint application looks fantastic.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be an awesome piece.
And that's just one of the three you said.
Yeah.
Now the teeth look real.
Mm-hmm.
So what head sculpt would you go for?
I gotta see him off first. Hard to say.
If it looked like Alex Ross, it would be Alex Ross.
True.
I think so too. Like I feel like he's just underrepresented.
That's my idea of what I think Hulk would look like.
It was funny because when they announced that, there were several collectors on statue forums saying, Alex Ross, he doesn't do Hulk. Well, he's done like 50 Hulk covers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
he's had a cover for this whole new run, every issue.
Yeah, I think the first 50 issues, yeah.
Yeah. And they're all like amazing looking covers.
Yep.
Stanley's asking, any special shows coming about the new Batman movie? I don't know. Maybe we would do a reaction show. I know my wife surprised me with IMAX viewing or I think it's IMAX of March 1st, which is a couple days earlier. Yeah.
That's IMAX.
So it's a special screening. So I'm really excited to do that, and I can't wait. And so I definitely going to do a reaction show, hopefully, and hopefully I'm sure all of us will see it at some point. So that'd be fun to talk about.
On Thursday. Sure. That'll be the first movie I've gone to since I think the Harley Quinn movie, Birds of Prey.
Wow, it's been a minute then.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Ken says live reaction stream from the theater. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll record the movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm booked twice. I'm seeing it on the 1st and the 3rd or the 4th, whatever that Thursday.
That's cool. I have a feeling I'll probably see it more than once. And all the reviews have been phenomenal.
You got to see it twice because you know you're gonna get up and use the bathroom the first time. So you got to you got to schedule it out to wait the second time you catch up what you missed on the first time. When you
it's a 3-hour movie and I'm peeing in a cup.
That's why I did not book IMAX seats, because those are like the punishment seats. Last time I went and saw one of the Harry Potter movies, and it was like Harry Potter and the Paralyzed Asses. They're like no cushion.
Well, I think from what my wife says is I think that it's an IMAX movie, but it's like a dinner one, like where you can have a meal in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Some of the theaters have that where you can order stuff.
Yeah, like I know like our theaters in like Kansas City area has like something called Fork and Screen. I don't know if that's what you guys have, but where you have recliners, you can order steak or whatever, and that's a lot of fun. So I think that's what this is going to be according to her. So so that'll be fun.
You won't have time to eat. You'll be busy watching.
I know. We'll probably just end up getting popcorn. That's usually what we get anyway. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. Again, thanks Matt for joining us. That was awesome.
Thanks for having me
with us tonight. Again, hope everybody's doing great out there. Continue to be nice to each other and treat each other with respect. That's what our world needs right now. Also, thanks to the gallery. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Secret Sanctuary over on YouTube.
Please do.
Absolutely. And we'll be back in a couple weeks. Not sure. It'll either be one of two things. It'll either be an auction show or I'm talking right now to some owners of some statue companies. and they might be coming on. So we'll see if that schedule works out or not. We've tentatively penciled them in, so it might be on the next show. If not, if we can't make it work, then we'll probably do a auction show. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it. Stay tuned to the channel for more content. And again, thanks for hanging out with us on a special night, Friday night. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you soon in the Batcave. Good night, everybody.
Not everybody.